Hello everyone, and welcome to episode number 5 of my FTB Unstable series. This is your host, Bunny Vulture, and today we're going to get a little bit into Applied Energistics 2. A lot of you might use this for your inventory system instead of having a wall full of barrels or chests or anything, simply because you can store everything in pretty much what you see in front of you. You can use either a ME chest or an ME drive and basically store everything like you would a computer. Store everything on these little storage cells. You see here I got 1024 bytes used of X amount of 63 types. And you got a crafting terminal to access everything, and you just scroll through and pretty much dump everything in here and have access to it. So it's kind of nice. You can link this to your NEI, and you can craft here and whatnot. So it makes things pretty easy and simple. Kind of what you need to get started, and I haven't laid out everything in here. As you can see here, I am in my new base, which I guess I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of a not a tutorial, but a little bit of a view on. So let me go outside here. So this is kind of what my new base looks like. I got a kind of little entry area here. I did have a little thing here in the middle, but I didn't like the way it looks, so I just kind of tore half of it up because I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that. Basically, it's just a little, is it like a 9x9 or more like a 11x11 sort of area? Just a little dome entry area with a little grass and plants and whatnot. And then over on the left-hand side, I got a little walkway into another little room. And then on top of that, I have my Botania section, which I have moved over. I got the infinite water pools with the mana spreaders, all shooting their mana down into this one. And then this one shoots down into the main room there. And then over here, this is kind of my power area. And I got some glowstone providing light there. So let's go inside. This right here is ineffable glass, which allows you to go through it, but not mobs, which is kind of nice. I have my smeltery back here, but I haven't made the ineffable glass for here just yet because I don't really I don't have a need to make my smelter, so I haven't built an area for that quite just yet. But just to show you this, like I said, just kind of comes down in here, and then I got that. Dumping all its mana into that mana pool, and I really haven't made the rest of this room. I just got the design of it kind of laid out so far, but I really haven't put anything else in here. I might put some of the other magic type stuff in here, I'm not really sure. But you go down the little hallway, and in the main little room here, I've used the Botania mana pylons for decoration. And then into this room, I got some of my ender machines here, the alloy smelter and sag mill, along with the thermal expansion machines for, melting down stuff and putting it into buckets and whatnot. And then I got elevators to go up, but I haven't really put anything up here, but I got, clear floor so you can kind of look down and whatnot. So not the coolest design I think I've done, but kind of cool enough, I think. And then I got a area to go down. I got the pipes running. Underneath here, I went ahead and made some resonant energy cells to kind of store all of my RF power. So I got my, as you can see here, maybe I didn't show this in the last episode. I went ahead and converted my lava generators over to a larger one. And these are pretty cool. They essentially are just space savers. So if I go down to generators here, basically, this one is power multiplier times 8. And all this is 8 of the normal ones around a transfer node of energy. So it just kind of condenses your lava generators. And then there's also a larger one, which as you expect is 64, and that's, 8 of those. So if you really wanted to power all of your stuff around one of these generators, you can. If you have a lot of main source, you can just use one generator and have that be your main source of power. So I'm using this one right now, and it's providing me 320 RF per tick. and it's getting, you know, your basic lava from the nether from an ender pump, and that is going into my 50 million RF energy cell, and then I have that acting as a buffer to go over to this one as an additional buffer, and then this one over to this one as an additional buffer. So I can kind of keep an eye on where my power is and where it's going. I also have the power going down into my farming station with my essence berry bushes, and I had this about halfway full before I transferred it over here, and it's, you know, doing another filling back up with that. And then here's the glowstone coming up, you know, from the basement. Anyway, back to what I was going to go into, and I think I'll need, is it in here, or is it in my backpack? I think it's in one of my backpacks here. I transferred everything in the ME system to get over here, and then I put the rest of it in my backpacks here. And to get started, you're going to need a few things. You will need, in order to do anything, you need an inscriber and some inscriber plates. And in order to get the inscriber plates, you have to find the meteors. Now, normally, there's a device, there's a little, you know, handy dandy tracking tool you can use. It is go back to here, and it's this guy, the meteorite compass. And it's pretty simple. All it is a charged Certus quartz crystal with charged Certus quartz crystal, which you can find while you're mining with some iron, and this will basically track you down to a meteorite that's out in the overworld. But if you're like me and you've kind of explored around your area just to see what's around, if you've explored around for a base, an area you want to build a base in, you might have come across a meteorite already. But basically what you want to do is you want to find the big meteorite on the ground, dig down into the center of it, find the skystone chest, and then you want to find these guys, these inscriber plates, and there's 4 of them. There's an engineering, a logic, a silicon, and where is the other one? Oh, this one right here, calculation. So you need all 4 of those, because in order to make these various things like these logic processors, you need to put them in an inscriber, and you need, you know, to make these guys. But in order to make these, you need the gold and the plates. So what you do essentially do is you make your inscriber, or not the charger. Where's my inscriber? There it is. So this little guy can say sit right there. So you put your little thing in there, and this is pretty easy to make. Just a flux crystal, some pistons and whatnot, and you can get these little guys pretty easily. You just drop 1 charged Certus quartz and 1 other quartz and redstone dust into a puddle of water, and you can just have like a little thing of water, put it in there, and it'll become a flux crystal. So you put those little guys in here and whatnot, and you basically put this little guy next to, I think what I made was a where is it? Not that. It's a vibration chamber. Yeah, that guy. I was trying to think of what it looked like. That it? No. 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 So disorganized. There we go. So you basically just put some coal in the vibration chamber, and this is the AE power system. So it kind of seems like a lot of the mods have like their own little basic generators that you can use, but they do accept other power as long as you convert them over or in some fashion accept it and have like an acceptor mod, and AE is like that as well. So you can use the vibration chambers and just put coal in it if you want. If you just have like a huge supply of coal, you can have a bunch of vibration chambers and probably provide power. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, but you could probably do it. So yeah, just for the easy part, I just put a vibration chamber next to this little guy to make my plates. And to make, like, say, what you're going to need to make a basic system, like an ME drive, you're going to need some iron, some flux glass cables, which are pretty easy to make, quartz fiber, glass, another quartz. You know, you're pretty familiar with how to make all this stuff, and some engineering processors. And like the name says, you're going to need the engineering plates. So you're going to need the printed silicon, which is going to require the silicon plate, and you just get some silicon, which is basically just some ground up clay. Get a chance for that, and then go back to here. Printed engineering circuit, which is a diamond in an engineering press. So you make your respective things here, and then you put them in the plate. Let me see. Go ahead and make one, because I think I'll show you how to make I'm going to make another drive. So I'm going to go ahead and make 2 more of those. So I'm going to go ahead and get 2 diamonds. I already got some silicon plates made up. And then I think, let's see, where's my engineering? So there we go. Oh, actually, do I have some coal? Yes, I do. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my charcoal in here. Put my 1 diamond there. And you can only do these one at a time, unfortunately. So that part's kind of I don't really like that. So it makes the automation of this a lot harder. But as you see, it's pretty fast. So I just go ahead and put that in there. And that's the one thing, since that is one at a time, at least it's decently fast. It's not horribly slow. All right, so what else do I need? In order to make this, I need redstone and silicon. Okay. So I'm going to get some redstone. And again, this is all manual, so I don't need the inscriber plate in there anymore. And boom, there it is. Now there's probably a neat way to automate this with probably like pulling out something pulling out or inserting in from the top and bottom and maybe the middle of some sort. I don't know. I haven't ventured that far into it. I also haven't ventured into the auto crafting part of this yet, but we'll get there. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw this stuff back in here. Throw that stuff in there too. And let's see, ME drive. Here we go. And shift click, and there we are. I got another ME drive. So I'm going to just go ahead and flop you right next to there, and hopefully this power will transfer over. The way to get the power into this ME system is through this energy acceptor, and that's how I'm getting the my RF power into it, and that's pretty easy to make. Where is that? It is right here. And so that's just quartz glass, iron, and a flux crystal. Real simple and easy to make. In order to get started on this, you will need at least a fair amount of Certus quartz. But I imagine if you've probably been out mining and been, got your own little mine shafts and strip mines going, you probably have that by now. You certainly don't need a quarry to get to this point. Just a little bit of mining I did in my old base that's over there. If you can see the little waypoint there in the middle, home. My mine wasn't super extensive. It was fairly long, but with tinker tools in the mine shafts, you'll easily come across it. Or if you go caving, you'll come across a bunch of Certus quartz. Like right here, I have 126 still, and only 3 of the charged, but you can make the charged in this little guy, this little charger here. You basically just put this on the vibration chamber, provide it some power, throw a regular Certus quartz in it, and this will charge it to this charged Certus quartz. So not really hard. The other couple things that you might need to get going is to make I think to get the crafting terminal is a little harder to actually access your stuff and put stuff in and out of it. So to make that, which is it on this first page? No, it is. Maybe it was. Let's do it like this. Terminal. There we go. So crafting terminal. So this requires your ME terminal, crafting bench, and a calculation processor. And this is a calculation circuit, so it's pretty much made in the same fashion. But this requires a pure Certus quartz crystal. And in order to make this guy, you drop a Certus quartz seed made from Certus quartz and Certus quartz dust and sand into a puddle of water. Now, the problem with this is if you just do it the same way as you do your other ones, it takes a very long time. But you can speed that up with chargers. which are these guys right here, the crystal growth acceleration chambers. These aren't all that bad to make. You need a flux block, which is, you know, the regular flux crystal. So this is why I say you want to go around and get a fair amount of charged Certus quartz and whatnot, is because if you want to, you know, speed this up and not have it take forever, you're going to want, you know, optimum is 4. I went ahead and just made 4 because I had plenty of them. And you're going to want to supply power to these things, and you basically put these things. Let's see what's easy to do. So if you were to say have your puddle of water in the middle, you put your crystal growth acceleration chambers around the puddle of water, and you provide power to your accelerators, and it'll speed up the process greatly. I highly recommend you do that because it'll save your sanity. So to make your, let's see, terminal, you need that guy, and you also need your ME terminal, and you need some need a formation core, an annihilation core, and a panel, which is pretty easy. That's real simple to make. This guy, just the gold with an logic press, and of course these guys, formation core. Again, just more of these guys. And this one, you say it doesn't take the pure. It just takes the regular charge or the regular Certus quartz. So I went the easy route and just made the simple one. Why make it harder than it has to be? And then this one is just that. So really the only difficult part is this guy right here, the printed calculation circuit. And that's the thing that's going to be taking your time, is to wait for this to grow. Now, what you can do, if you just want to go ahead and drop the seed in the water while you're building your base from the very get-go, and before you even, you know, have all this stuff, you could easily just get, you know, Certus quartz dust and sand, put them together and put them in a little puddle of water, and it's not going to despawn. You could just have it go. If you're going to have like a marathon gaming session, and you can drop it in the water for a few hours while you build your base, come back a little later, and it might be done. So, you know, it's something to do if you don't want to waste the time powering your growth accelerators and whatnot. Because once you have that one and you have your terminal, I don't know if you really need it anymore. You might. I haven't gotten into the auto crafting component of this yet, but I really don't need to right now. I just need a place to store stuff, and right now I'm going to probably fill up this other ME drive here with the some more 1K storage. I might go into the larger ones, such as these 4Ks, maybe. It depends on how much of these guys I want to craft. And I need the pures for this one. So in order to store some more, I might need some more. I did make a ender quarry to go and tear up a parcel of land. Well, not really tear up, because you know, as you see in my other videos, the ender quarry doesn't work like that. But I wanted to make sure I have enough space yet, and I'm probably gonna do it. I'm probably gonna use my other where is it? One of my other resonant energy cells to do that with. Yeah, so I got a couple more resonant energy cells here with 50 million RF. So I'll probably just sit this next to the ender quarry and, you know, have that power it manually. Oh, here's my essence berry supply. So I'll probably just use this to power it, and I'll probably build the tesseract and, you know, have that transport the items and whatnot back to here. So let me go ahead and set that up, and I will be right back, guys. Alright guys, I am back, and I have my tesseracts built here. I got the one set right here, set for the quarry, set to, of course, receive items. I got that sitting on top of an ME interface to send all that stuff directly into my ME system here. And if you'll look here, I'm currently getting a fair bit of cobblestone. I went ahead and started to compress this into the various forms. I think I want to go ahead and make a portal to the deep dark, I believe. That way I can get some, you know, some more ore, and the double ore that's there. maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking about either that or doing some others. There's only a couple things you can do with it. I know the portal is the main thing, and all the other main thing you can do with them is the making the bedrock ignites for bedrockium barrels. But I don't think I really have a use for a barrel that can hold 65,000 buckets. So not really thrilled with that. I think usage would be better spent on the portal. Yeah. So yeah, I think I might do that. So let me go ahead and go over to my quarry, and I will be right back. Alright guys, I am back at my quarry, and it looks like I have run out of power on the little bit of time that I flew over here to check on it. I am out. So I've went through 2 of these things now, and on this little quarry here that I have set up, and you can see here I am using the ender markers. Now these are extremely helpful. If you remember in the previous version of Feed the Beast in Monster, you had to use wooden fences as your border rather of your quarry. But the model maker has introduced these little ender markers here, which are really cool. They kind of function like a what was the Buildcraft thing for these? It was there it is. The landmarks. So it's pretty much like that, ender marker. Well, should have given me a hint right there. So yeah, it pretty much, I think there's infinite range to these guys. You just set them up, pretty much the same thing. And when you set one down, it automatically it kind of tells you that you have them linked up to the other one by having these little particle effects. So you can kind of see here the particle effects going across to that one I have over there, and the other effects going across to that one over there. So this is a fairly small quarry right here, and you can kind of tell if I would just fly up here, because you can kind of tell where the green is. That's about the size of the quarry, or that I've dug up. So I've used 100 million RF so far on just this little size quarry. So I'm going to need some more power, and what I'm thinking is I'm going to have to make another ender pump maybe, and put it in the nether, and just have that just for this, and have that flowing into some more lava generators, or maybe even magmatic dynamos. I'm not sure, I haven't decided yet. And then have that filter over here to this tesseract, and have that provide power as well, incoming power as well as outgoing items and whatnot. But these are extremely handy. To make them, you just need to, here we go. Now that's extra utilities, so go here. There, first page. So to make them, you just put them in the QED, and then they're not too expensive. They're just an ender pearl, and then some 2 pieces of ender refuse and an obsidian, which is just an ender pearl surrounded by some obsidian. So pretty good. And you get 4 of these, so making one of these gets you 2 of them. I think you only need 3, like you used to only need 3 of the landmarks, but I use 4 just to make things easy. But other than that, this is kind of the beginnings of getting a whole bunch more items, and me being allowed to do a whole bunch more stuff, or at least build with a whole bunch more stuff. But in the meantime, I think I might go ahead and go into mariculture. I think I was going to try and do that in Monster, but I never really had an opportunity to do so. But I want to see what it's capable of. I know there's some certain enchantment stuff that you can do with that, so I want to explore that as well. So until the next episode, I'll see you later, guys. Thanks for watching.